Hello, my friends. There are many standards that were seen and practiced as true in days of yore that are no longer the standards of truth. For the simple reason that the world has seen a greater light. And when you can listen to wisdom coming from babes and suckling around you in your community and online, you know that there's an explosion of knowledge that you have never experienced as a baby boomer today and in your time growing up, and know for sure that something is happening in society that is unlike the usual. And then again, it's not like you've never been warned, because there was a writer who actually said it clearly that in the last days, knowledge will increase and many run to and fro. Now, when you talk about the last days, many people will think of the last days as the end of the world. But is it talking about the end of the world? Even when other writers speak of world without end. It's actually talking about the end of a cycle. The end of a cycle of time, because it's evidential that within about 15,000 years, no, let's say 1,500 to 2,000 years, something dramatic as change can be expected. Simply because that which is set in stone are beginning to unravel as people die and generations fade out and new generation come in to follow. And young people will recognize easily with their fresh brains and aspiring intentions that which is false and that which cannot be true based upon the prevalence of knowledge within their own lifetime. So we're seeing changes today that boggles the mind. And I come to think of it sometimes that when we go back to sing Give Me That Old Time Religion, for example, that perhaps it's not the best song to be singing. So one of the things that leaders far and wide will have to be considering nowadays is, what is your response to fresh knowledge? What is your response to the new emphasis on what is true, as opposed to what we took for granted for many, many years and now need to rethink in the context of greater and greater evidence? As I mentioned before, we are beginning to see much greater light in society today that make the old things that we believe no longer the norm in our belief systems, because the evidence that is so easily available online, so many things you need to know. You have to go to college, take a 4-year degree in order to understand it. Nowadays, Google tells you in a couple of seconds. I remember when I was married, my wife said to me, "You can get anything online." And I laughed at her. I didn't believe it. But the truth is, as I become more and more savvy with the computer, I was seeing exactly what she said to be true. That so many things you want to know is so easily accessible nowadays. Whether it's true or false, or true in part and have some falsehood, but you're able to do a research on any topic in such a simple way, easily, nowadays. So that leaders far and wide must begin to say to themselves, what is my response to this? And when you have thought it over, you are now ready to say, speak some truth, and not many people will accept your truth. Many people have their own truths, and they need time to accept anything new. Change is never easy, and one has to be ready for it, and one has to be open to it. One has to be accessible and ready, and having an open mind will also help as to how you can place a particular thing you don't believe in but seem true on a shelf to evaluate it before you draw your own conclusion, your final conclusion. So there has to be a response as leaders in society, and you have to have time and the energy to do it. So the best advice I could ever give is that we are not living in the old days anymore. We are living in a time of burgeoning knowledge and the ability to learn so many new things. And we must be prepared for the future ahead. Because what we saw within the past 3 to 5 years, let's say 5 to 10 years, that's even better, are things and knowledge-based commentaries that we have never seen in our lives before. We're seeing how young people respond to society's norms today. We see it in politics. We see it in religion. We see how things that are worldwide are coming together in a simpler way where you can listen to commentary from all over the globe and see how people think about a particular topic, how people see it according to their cultures and according to their lifestyles, and can see how to evaluate based upon a more universal approach than our regional thinking. We are more inclined to regional thinking in every way, but as we have available to us now through the internet, social media, and so many channels of knowledge, we have a better grasp on what life is all about. So it's really a time to be willing to open your mind to deeper enlightenment, because there surely is an awakening going on